What are you looking at?
Why you look at him? You gay. Anyway. Hey! We back with another video. Finna watch Jubilee. They Spectrum video. It's talking about do all couples think the same.
Say the word. Hold on, say the word.
Let's get into it.
Hold on, before we start, I want to tell you a joke.
Oh, okay.
I want to tell you a little joke. Alright, so check me out. Why was the coach yelling at the vending machine?
Mm-hmm.
Because he wanted his quarter back. Alright, start the video.
Every morning I wake up, I kiss both of them. We equally fight when we
Hey, what does this word mean though? Polyamorphous.
Where you get the F from?
I bet that's how you say it.
Polyamorous. Are you dumb? Polyamorous.
Polyamorous means is the practice of or desire for intimate relationships with more than one partner. Oh yeah, okay.
Wake up, we equally come and we all start kissing. We like this. That's like that little triad kiss.
I get jealous when I see my partner with someone else. 3, 2, 1, go.
Why he by himself? Why the black dude the only one by himself?
Because females didn't want to pull up.
I just didn't do strongly disagree because, I mean, of course, jealousy is a factor in polyamory, but it's something that we just communicate about, and I do get jealous occasionally, yes.
I think in other parts of our lives, like work, friend, family, we kind of like suppress that jealousy. You can't really act out on it. So why, when it comes to relationship, you can just go and act out on it and get mad at your partner for it, or tell them you can't talk to this person or that person.
I found through polyamory that I thrive off of love from multiple people, and I don't think I'm somebody to take that away from people I love either. So I feel that it would be wrong for me to feel jealous when it's something that I want. Instead, I replace it with a word even a lot of polyamory people don't know, which is compersion, which is like the opposite of jealousy, where I actually feel really happy when I see my significant other with somebody else. Yeah.
So I haven't been in a quad, right, where there have been 4 of us and we were all sort of internally dating one another. But I have had 3 girlfriends at once, and these were parallel relationships. While jealousy isn't like a super huge problem that I deal with, it can emerge from other things other than seeing them with someone else, right?
We've been married for
14
years?
or so, yeah.
13, 14, yeah, 14 years. Yeah, we've been married 14 years.
We just realized that not one person can fulfill all your
They don't
needs.
even know how long they've been
married.
married.
For a minute, honestly. Like, we actually were friends for like a year, and then she realized she was out of my league. And we remained friends since, and
You couldn't handle me.
Nah, it's true.
My family approves of my relationship.
Probably
3,
not.
2,
I bet you
1,
it's
go.
no, only one agree.
What?
They capping.
Okay, so I'm actually over here, on the other side of this line, because I come from a traditional Korean Christian home, and me marrying a Puerto Rican was unacceptable. They pretended like he didn't exist, hoping he'd just go away.
Night before the wedding, are you sure?
2 weeks before the wedding, my mom was like, you can still call it off, right? And so it was pretty rough, which is why I'm not actually out to my parents. I don't really talk to them very much. There's no way that I can even approach the subject, which is kind of why I'm here today, because I want to show people, hey, look, we exist, and it's okay.
Coming out to my mom, it took actually a couple years. And so her reaction was more of a curiosity where she was just asking me questions about it. I think her unconditional love was the acceptance of our polyamory, that now she's able to show it off and talk about it to people that they don't understand, and she's able to that's my daughter, you know, so it's pretty awesome.
While they support my lifestyle, I don't necessarily think that they quite understand it. When I have undergone separations or breakups with partners and tried to rely on my family for a little bit of emotional support to help me grieve those losses, sometimes I'm met with like, well, you got another partner. I don't see what the big deal is, right?
I guess the way my mom has always seen it, she's always seen like I'm in a relationship where I'm like a slave maybe in the background, and these girls are telling me what to do and controlling my life, and taking away all my money. I was really emotional during our wedding because I didn't expect my...
But they got married.
I do wonder, like, do they have him pay for everything?
Well, it sounds like they married.
All three of them married?
I think so.
Is that legal? I guess so.
My mom not to show up to the wedding. I thought she was going to be in the background just like mad, you know?
Maybe it was
They've
like
always done a really good job of going to all my sport events, to everything that I've done in life, they've always been there. Except for this one moment. Even our gender reveal, they didn't show up to the gender reveal either.
They got the kid.
I wonder which one had the
You
kid.
can cheat in polyamorous relationships.
And how they like set it, like who having the kid.
3, 2, 1, go.
What do you mean how they say
Like, which one do I have? Because all three of them in a relationship.
When you date somebody who's monogamous,
everyone got pregnant,
right? Or let's say that they're married, and because you're polyamorous, they're like,
saying,
oh, hey,
do they go
look, you know,
into it,
she's
like, I want
easy, or,
kids,
you know,
like,
he's
you know what I mean?
available. That's cheating.
Probably whichever one got pregnant first.
You don't know that, though. You just saying that.
But it most likely was.
But I'm saying if they did plan it, like, I wonder how that went down.
Probably which one ever had it first. If they both wanted it.
You're not cheating because you're being honest.
And then mess around and have
But
two.
their partner's not consenting to the relationship
They got
that you're having with
they
that
got
person.
3 income.
It is still an individual decision of mine to say, okay, well, am I going to involve myself or not? I mean, sure, I think that clearly they're cheating, and I may try to encourage them to, you know, like say, hey, you should tell this
Figure it
person
out.
this up, but I'm not cheating. I'm you know what I'm saying?
You really want the other partner to show up with a shotgun.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Because, I mean, we've dated girls before, and the second we find out that there was someone else, boom, it's over.
As a conceptual question, could you guys cheat within your polyamorous relationships? If two of you were to engage one another without the third one, would that constitute cheating in some senses?
Well, my answer, because I met them together, I don't see that if they were in the mood that would be cheating. That if they, if they told me about it or whatever, just because their relationship was what it was.
There's times where I'll start fooling around with her, and she'll come out of the shower. But before we finish, the other person will be there.
You can 100% cheat, and the reason being, like, we're open to pretty much everything. Like, we're allowed to have sex outside of the relationship, we're allowed to date other people, we date people together. But the problem is if you're not honest about it. If I just swiped on Bumble, whatever, went on a date, and I didn't tell her anything, that's cheating.
You said Manu? Her name Manal.
Her name Manal.
Manal.
Take the M off. How do you say it?
Take the M. Shut up.
Anal. So add the M, it's Manal.
That's so
straight like that.
That's
weird though how they said that you could cheat. How can you cheat? That don't make no sense. Her logic didn't make no sense to me.
Want children. 3, 2, 1, go.
They already got children. The ones in the back.
Yeah, they better
strongly this is not an answer. I guess somebody agree.
Oh, they said
I went from wanting 4 kids to 2 kids to 0. Once we started paying bills and living in Los Angeles, I was like, I can't do this.
I'm of the mind of if we have children, somebody has to stay home to raise them. I'm born and raised Puerto Rico. I came out here to pursue a career that I have successfully made a living off. She started her own business. Are you gonna give up your career to raise a child? She's like, no. She's like, are you gonna give up your career to raise a child? He's like, no.
It is kind of selfish on our part, and we understand that it's not the norm necessarily, but for us, it's worked out, and we love our life.
We're happier for it.
We're happier for it.
I strongly agree because I have a 9-year-old already. So, I mean, I just felt like it would be a little weird to be like, yeah, strongly disagree. Right? But I do think it's a separate question, though, right, of whether or not I'd like to bring more life into the world, right? And that's just something that I talk about and think about with partners and the like. But polyamorous children or children born into polyamorous families aren't necessarily protected by the state or the society in the same way that people born into dyadic or monogamous units are, who can access marriage, so on and so forth. So
she's only 21, I'm only 23, so obviously there's going to be some problems with that financially and stuff like that. But we do talk about having kids. I want a little boy and, like, to raise him, but I I don't know. I just don't think I'm ready.
We never wanted to have children. We were probably in that side, way over there, you know? And after discussing the whole marriage thing, we're like, well, once we get a house and we do this, we'll eventually take that journey. So we got a house. Then we actually ended up getting married. Now she's pregnant.
Congratulations.
This is the baby bump.
Okay.
We found like a birth center, even through COVID, that will allow all three of us in the room when the baby's born.
And then for the babies, we're going to do like a power of attorney so that all of us can have the same type of guardianship over the baby, any medical or anything like that.
We actually found that this year, 3 dads were put on the same birth certificate for their kid. They actually wrote a book about it. I'm really interested in learning more, but with that, that means it's possible.
On May 28th,
Get your desiccated little brain working.
witness the origin.
I am equally committed to all my partners. 3, 2,
He looking like
1.
He like,
Go.
listen, she do this one thing you better, but you know. Yeah, you like, I don't know how to answer because they might be watching the video.
I really am somewhere between these two. What about, is here good? I'm struggling with the understanding equal. I don't think equal means the same, so I know I don't have the same commitment. How I orient myself towards keeping my commitment, I do think is the same. It may look like, to an external eye, that I don't have equal commitments to them all, right? So
I think that's why you're on this side closer than on that side, is because you're willing to be present, whether it be for one or the other. Like for me, it's dating a male and a female. Like I can do Chacha's eyelashes, but definitely not Jimmy's. He would not dig that. So there's totally that difference, but like the willingness to be present for your partners, whether they want that same affection or not, that's why I think you're a little more on this side than on that side, even if you're not all the way over here.
Yeah, that's why I'm on this side too, is the fact that, you know, I'm committed to making my relationships work. I'm committed to that person and to bringing to that person what they need from me. And then if I can't do it, then the relationship doesn't work.
Openness, communication, obviously being like, okay, I have a partner, this is my main partner. Maybe they just want to have sex, or maybe they just want to go on dates or have somebody to cuddle.
This is my primary partner. So they are a priority at the end of the day. I feel like if we had a third person in our relationship, it would be equal and we would be on that side.
She's my nesting partner. She's my primary partner. She's the person that I have built my life around. And that's how I understood the question. It's not that my other partners are disposable. I mean, I will take a bullet for all of them.
So every morning I wake up, I kiss both of them. You know, if I'm mad at her, she gets mad at me. We equally fight. We equally come together. When we make up, we equally come and we all start kissing. We like this. That's like the little triad kiss. And then after that kiss, everything's good, and then we go out to eat.
And
I like to add, because I knew that hierarchy existed, so when I met them, knowing that she's a girl and I could feel kind of that feeling of if someone were to enter my relationship, how I would feel, I never wanted to step on her toes. For me, it was very fluid and open and okay, to the point where I like hyperactively wanted to make sure she was okay.
Even getting her pregnant, we all discussed it, and she was, you should go get pregnant first.
My future relationships will be polyamorous.
Shut up.
3, 2, 1, go.
Dang.
She's just young. She's doing a thing.
If I could find somebody who covers every single base, which I honestly am not really sure if that's even possible, but if they cover every single base, I, wouldn't need another partner.
I piggyback off of that because I'm similar, right? So for me, I said earlier, right, like my polyamory is not a numbers game. It could be one person, it could be more than one person. My future relationships will be polyamorous. I definitely mean like sort of like this polyamory in principle and not necessarily in like number.
For us, we started out monogamous and then we opened the door to polyamory, and there's no shutting that door. And the idea that, like Ingrid was saying, like, would you need another person? Well, we believe we would need another person to do different things with.
I would like my future relationships to be polyamorous, but I also understand that life happens sometimes. If you were to get married or have kids, like you might not have the time to be in a polyamorous relationship. And also because we're open, I feel like any discussion, like you can talk to me about anything. So if my partner came to me and was like, hey, I think I want to be monogamous, I would definitely be open to that idea too.
So it's
See, look, that's what I was wondering. So what she was talking about having kids, getting married and all that. Wouldn't that be weird if you a kid and you got like three parents
picking you up?
Or you got a mom and 2 dads, or 2 dads and a mom.
I mean,
two moms and 1 dad. That'd
definitely be weird.
Or like 4.
And you don't think it's normal growing up until like you start going to school and seeing other kids and stuff.
Or like 4, and it's 2 dads, 2 moms.
That'd be crazy.
Or 3 dads and 1 mom. Boy, if you got 3 dads and 1 mom, and your friends find out, GG's in the chat.
It's not necessarily that.
But if your dad got 3 moms, they just go, yeah. You feel me?
Hey, your dad, hey.
But if it's the other way around, just by society, yeah.
I will be doing this for the rest of my life. But I do want the ability to be open to it. I don't want to be fully monogamous, but I guess I am open to it, like you said, with marriage. And there's many factors that go into it. That's the only reason I'm not on strongly agree, but I would more than likely want to be in a polyamorous relationship, even throughout my marriage.
Well, that is officially a wrap for you guys. So,
what you thought about the video?
It was interesting.
It was definitely interesting. Raised a lot of questions for sure. But hey, we gonna check y'all out later. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, tell us what you want us to react to next. We out.